Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a source you shared with us, Dr. Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Think of this as like your personal deep dive, a way to get well informed on, well, how we can maybe change ourselves by understanding our minds better.
Exactly.
Our mission, really, is just to pull out the most important, maybe the most intriguing ideas from Dispenza for you.
Absolutely. And you brought this one to us, so thanks for that. It's fascinating how he pulls together, neuroscience, mindfulness, and even quantum physics concepts.
Right. Quite a mix.
It really is, to offer this unique take on how we can actually change. So, yeah, let's get into it. Where does he start? What's the main problem he sees?
Okay, so Dispenza basically kicks off by saying lots of us are just running on autopilot, We get stuck in these loops, same thoughts, same feelings, same actions, day in, day out.
Right, the habit loop.
Yeah, exactly. And he argues this stuff becomes like subconscious programming. It defines this kind of old version of ourselves.
An outdated self.
An outdated self, yeah, that might be holding us back from, living a fuller life. It's almost like being stuck on a scratched record, playing the same bit over and over.
That's a good analogy.
Does that ring any bells for you? Those times you feel like you're just going through the motions.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling of being in a rut, it's very human. And Dispenza's point is that these cycles, they really solidify who we think we are, sometimes in ways that, limit us.
Right. Limits what we think is possible.
Exactly. But his core message is actually hopeful. By understanding this, we can intentionally step away from that old self and build a new one that's more aligned with what we actually want.
Okay, and this is where the science bit gets really interesting, I think. He talks a lot about neuroplasticity.
Mm-hmm. Crucial concept.
For anyone listening who maybe hasn't heard that term, what's the sort of key takeaway? The empowering part.
Well, at its core, neuroplasticity is just the brain's amazing ability to change itself. To form new connections, it means our brains aren't fixed like concrete. They're constantly adapting. And Dispenza really highlights how our thoughts cause certain emotions, right? And those emotions then drive our behaviors, which then reinforces the original thought, creating this powerful feedback loop.
The thought, emotion, behavior cycle.
Precisely. And the really big insight is to change, you have to consciously break that loop. You have to interrupt it. Think of it like trying to walk a new path through a dense forest. At first, it's hard work.
Yeah, overgrown.
But the more you walk it, the clearer it gets. You're literally carving a new neural pathway.
So it's not like we're just stuck with the brain we were born with. It's actually the opposite. We have this built-in capacity to change.
Exactly. Built right in.
So what does that really mean for us, for our ability to, learn new things or grow or change perspective?
Well, it's incredibly freeing, isn't it? It means we're not just puppets of our past experiences or conditioning. We can literally think and feel our way into new ways of being. Our brains listen. They respond to what we focus on, to our intentions. So it raises a big question, really. If your brain can rewire itself, what new skills or ways of thinking or, emotional responses might you choose to build?
Right. Okay. So then Dispenza brings in meditation quite heavily.
Right.
But not just for chilling out, right? He sees it as a very active tool in this whole process.
Yes, very active. He presents meditation as this really practical and potent way to get access to the subconscious mind.
The deeper programming.
Exactly, where all those automatic habits and beliefs are stored. It's a technique for quieting down all the surface noise, the mental chatter.
Which can be loud.
Oh, yeah. And getting to those core patterns. And importantly, he doesn't just say meditate. He gives specific techniques, focusing on visualizing a desired future and really feeling the emotions associated with it.
Yeah, I know some people find that visualization part tricky, especially if your mind just wants to wander off during meditation. What's supposed to be happening in the brain that makes that potentially work?
Well, what's fascinating is how meditation can actually shift your brainwaves. It can move you from that busy, alert beta state down into calmer alpha, and sometimes even deeper into theta waves.
Okay.
And in those slower brainwave states, our brains seem to become more, receptive, more open to new information, to suggestion, to forming those new connections we talked about.
So it's like lowering the drawbridge of the critical mind.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps bypass that constant analysis and criticism, allowing you to sort of plant new seeds in the subconscious through focused intention, and crucially, that felt emotion.
Okay, now things get a little more abstract, maybe. He talks about the quantum field. Possibilities. Can you break that down simply without needing a physics textbook?
Right. Yeah, this is where some people can get a bit lost, but let's try.
Yeah.
He basically introduces the quantum field as this invisible field of energy and information, like a realm of infinite potential where all possibilities exist simultaneously.
All possibility. Sure.
Yeah. And the core idea, as he presents it, is that by really focusing our thoughts and backing them up with strong, coherent, positive emotions like gratitude or joy or inspiration aligned with what we want.
So thought plus feeling.
Thought plus feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
We can sort of tune into or select a desired possibility from that field, increasing the likelihood of it showing up in our actual physical reality.
So less like waving a magic wand, more like focusing your internal energy signal. It still feels a bit out there for some, maybe.
It can, absolutely. And it's
Yeah.
probably best understood more metaphorically or philosophically in this context rather than a literal hard science application of quantum physics, you know?
Okay, that helps.
He's using the concept to really emphasize the power of our consciousness, our internal state, and how deeply connected our inner world might be to our outer experience.
Right.
But it does prompt a powerful question for you, the listener. If your consistent thoughts and feelings could actually influence the experiences that come your way, how much more intentional would you be about what you're focusing on day to day?
Yeah, that definitely shifts the focus back onto personal responsibility, doesn't it?
It does.
So a huge part of this, then, is not just visualizing the new, but actually letting go of the old stuff.
Yeah.
How does he suggest we tackle that?
Yeah.
Identifying and, dismantling the old habits and reactions.
He really hammers home the need to become consciously aware of the unconscious stuff.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. We react automatically so often, right? Based on years of conditioning.
Yeah.
So Dispenza says you need to become like the observer. Watch your own thoughts, your emotional reactions, your go-to behaviors.
Sat back from them a bit.
Exactly. Just notice them without judgment initially. Once you can see the pattern, when X happens, I always feel Y and do Z, then you have a choice point.
Okay.
You can insert a pause, a moment of awareness, and consciously choose to respond differently rather than just letting the old program run.
Okay, can you maybe walk us through a quick practical example? Like, say someone gets really anxious in social settings. How would they start applying this?
Okay, good example. So the first step would be pure awareness. Before or during a social thing, they'd pay close attention. What thoughts pop up? They won't like me. I'll say something stupid. What feelings? Heart racing, maybe sweaty palms. What's the urge? Run away. Stay quiet.
Just noticing it all.
Just noticing. Then create that tiny space. Instead of instantly giving in to the urge to flee or shut down, they could consciously decide, okay, I feel the anxiety, but I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Or I'm going to focus on just asking one person a question.
Something small, manageable.
Exactly. It's about catching the automatic reaction and intentionally, deliberately choosing a different action, even a small one. Repeating that starts to weaken the old pathway and build a new one.
Got it. So the book isn't just theory, it actually guides you through this.
Yeah.
How's it laid out? What's the structure?
Yeah, it's structured very deliberately in 3 main parts. Part 1 is called The Science of You. That lays all the groundwork, brain function, neuroplasticity explained, the quantum ideas we touched on.
The why.
The why, exactly. Then part 2, your brain and meditation, gets practical. It dives into his specific meditation techniques, why they work, how to do them.
The how.
The how. And then part 3, stepping toward your new destiny, is basically a hands-on program. It's a 4-week plan with guided meditations, exercises, things to reflect on to really integrate this stuff into your life.
So it really takes you from understanding to doing.
Precisely. It bridges that gap between theory and practice, which is often missing, I think.
Okay, great. So if we had to really boil it down for our listener, what are the absolute must-remember takeaways from Dispenza's message here?
Okay, 4 main things, I'd say. First, your brain can be rewired. You're not permanently stuck. Neuroplasticity is real, and you can leverage it with intention.
Okay, number 1.
Second, meditation, when used with clear intention, is a seriously powerful tool. It helps you access and begin to change those deep subconscious programs.
Got it.
Third, your thoughts and your emotions matter a lot. They aren't just random noise. They create your internal state and definitely influence how you perceive and interact with your reality.
Right. Thoughts and emotions shape things.
And fourth, and this is key, this isn't a quick fix, real transformation takes consistent practice. Awareness, meditation, choosing new responses, it needs dedication over time.
Makes sense. Like building any skill.
Exactly. These are really empowering ideas, but they do require commitment.
So who is this book really speaking to? Who's going to pick this up and think, yes, this is for me?
Well, I think it strongly resonates with anyone who's genuinely looking for personal growth, you know? People interested in self-awareness, taking charge of their lives.
People wanting change.
People wanting change, definitely. And especially those who like an approach that tries to bridge science, or at least scientific concepts, with mindfulness and maybe even a touch of spirituality.
The mind-body connection crowd.
Yeah, very much so. If you're feeling stuck in old patterns, limited by beliefs, or you just have this sense that there's more possible for you and you want practical tools, this book offers a very specific framework for that.
And it seems to have struck a chord, right? It's pretty popular.
Hugely popular. It's tapped into something significant for a lot of people globally who are looking for that kind of transformation.
Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into breaking the habit of being yourself, we've really just skimmed the surface in some ways, but hopefully we've given you, our listener, a good sense of the core ideas.
Yeah, a solid overview of why it's captured so much attention.
We've looked at being stuck, the potential of neuroplasticity, meditation as a tool, that whole quantum field idea, and importantly, the practical steps of breaking old patterns.
Exactly. It really boils down to Dispenza's central argument. You have more power than you might think to consciously shape your inner world, your thoughts and feelings, and by doing that, you can influence your outer experience.
So maybe one final thought to leave you with, thinking about all this, about Dispenza's ideas. What's just one small, maybe automatic habit or reaction that you have that you could consciously choose to just observe this week? Just notice it, maybe interrupt it once, as a first step, perhaps, towards creating a slightly different version of yourself.
Yeah, just a little experiment.
Definitely something to think about. Food for thought for your own journey.